Hello everyone. In a power system consisting of generators, transformers, transmission lines and distribution lines, there is chance of fault occurring in any of the components of power system. It is important to detect the faults in the system and remove the faulty part of the system from rest of the system. The protective relaying functions to detect the fault in a particular part of the system in a quick manner. A protective relay is a device that detects the faults and initiates the operation of circuit breaker to isolate the defective element from rest of the system. Protective relay always works along with a circuit breaker. The relay detects the abnormal condition in the electric circuits by constantly measuring the electrical quantities. And it will differentiate the electrical quantities under normal and fault conditions. Electrical quantities may change during the fault condition are voltage, current, frequency and phase angle. These parameters are detected by the relay and it will be differentiated according to the normal and faulty condition. After detecting the fault, the relay operates to close the trip circuit of the circuit breaker. This results in opening of circuit breaker and disconnection of faulty circuit. The operation of relay can be explained by this diagram. Consider a transmission line which is to be protected. In the transmission line, circuit breaker is connected. These all are parts of the relay coil. The main parts are a current transformer or a potential transformer. Here current is measured, so we are using a current transformer. And primary winding of the current transformer is connected in the transmission line to be protected. And the secondary winding of the current transformer acts as relay coil. When normal current passes through the transmission line, the current in the current transformer will not energize the relay coil. But when the fault occurs in the line, current through the primary winding of current transformer increases and hence the current in the relay coil also increases. So the relay coil gets energized. It will act as an electromagnet and it will attract the moving plunger downwards. And hence it closes the trip circuit. When the trip circuit is closed, this trip coil is energized and it makes the moving contact of the circuit breaker to be separated from the fixed contact, thus opening the transmission line faulty part. This is the basic operation of a relay associated with a circuit breaker. It can be understood by using this circuit. When switch is off, there is no connection to the bulb and bulb is off. When switch is on, this connection is closed and battery is supplied to this electromagnet and this electromagnet attracts this plunger and closes the circuit. So, there is supplied from the battery to the bulb and the lamp glows. This is similar to this is the working of relay. The main parts of the relay are, main elements of the system are, first a current or potential transformer or it is a transducer which will measure the parameter under consideration. And there is relay logic elements or some electromagnets which provide tripping actions. It can be electromagnet or some microprocessors or static elements. Then there should be power to the tripping element or relay. It can be powered by the battery banks. Then we can see main requirements of a protective relay. They are selectivity, speed, sensitivity, reliability, simplicity, and economy. Selectivity is the ability of protective system to select correctly that part of the system in trouble and disconnect that faulty part without disturbing the rest of the system. While the relay is operating, it should disconnect the faulty part only. It should not disturb the other parts of the system. In order to provide selectivity, we are dividing the system into several protective zones. Then speed of operation, it is the main important part. The relay should disconnect the faulty section as fast as possible. Otherwise, the electrical apparatus may get damaged, and also failure leads to great reduction in system voltage, and due to the reduction in system voltage, consumers, motors, generators or some loads will get affected and the system will become unstable. And also a small fault may leads to a severe type of faults if the relay operation is slow. Then sensitivity. It is the ability of system to operate with low value of actuating quantity. It should operate with minimum actuating quantity. Sensitivity is a function of volt ampere input to the coil of the relay. Smaller the volt ampere, more sensitive is the relay. Then reliability. Reliability is the ability of system to operate under predetermined conditions. If we have set the relay for particular value of operation, the relay should operate at that particular value itself if it is reliable. In simplicity, the machine relay should be easily maintained. Then if it is simple, it will be more reliable also. Then economy is very important factor for choice of particular protective scheme, because the protective scheme, the economy should be such that it should be cost effective. So as a rule, protective gear should not cost more than 5% of the total cost. Then selectivity and zones of protection. As we said in the selectivity, for getting more selective, we are dividing the power system into different zones. Like here, the transformer is having transformer zone, generator zone, bus bar zone, then transformer zone, motor zone, etc. So that particular relay will work only in that zone. If this will relay in work in transformer zone. So, and the zone boundary is defined by current transformer and a circuit breaker. And usually these zones will be overlapped, so that all the elements must be included in some protective zones. Here we can see two zones overlapped. Here also we can see transformer zone and bus zones are overlapped. So same relay will work for both zones at the overlapped region. So the overlapped region should be small. Otherwise, large part of the system will be isolated during fault in that overlapping zone, because two relays will operate. Then main classification of protective scheme are primary and backup protection. When a fault occurs in any part of the system, it must be cleared quickly. And for making the quick operation of power system, we are using primary and backup protection. Primary protection is the protective scheme which is designed to protect the component part of the system. It is the basic protective scheme for each components of power system. As in this figure, here there are 4 transmission lines. Each lines are protected by a relay and a circuit breaker. This is the primary protection. If fault occurs on any line, it will be cleared by its relay and circuit breaker. This is the primary protection, or it is the first line of defense. Usually the protective systems are designed such that it should operate for 90% of the applications. But sometimes there may be chance of fault in the relay system. Relay fails to operate. At that case, backup protection will operate. So backup protection is the second line of defense. It is designed to operate with sufficient time delay so that primary relay will be given enough time to function. Here we can see all these transmission line have primary protection with a operating time of 0.6 seconds. And here in the main line there is a circuit breaker with a relay with an operating time of 1 second. So this relay will operate only if these relays fails to operate. So this relay wait for the operation of primary relay, and if it fails, the backup relay will operate. So backup relay will provide a secondary line of defense. And if the backup relay operates, most part of the power system will be disconnected. Here if this one is operated, all the lines will be disconnected. So it is desirable that the primary relay should function. These are the types of protection. The backup can be local backup, like in a particular system, it will be along with the primary relay, like this. If fault occurs in the system, if this primary relay fails, then the backup relay in the same position, same station itself will operate the circuit breaker. Another case is local backup at different positions. Here, if the fault occurs, if the primary relay fails, the backup relay in another position will operate and isolate the fault. Then remote backup is backup provided in the another location. If some primary protection is in the substation A, fault occurs in the substation A and primary protection in A fails, then the backup protection provided in the substation B operates. Similar to that, another case is teletrip, where if one relay fails to operate, there will be teletrip. Number of circuit breakers will operate together so that total system will be isolated. Then we have different types of relay depending on the operating principle. We can see the types of relay in the next class. Today we have discussed the operation of relay, then main requirements of the relay, and primary and backup protection in power system. Thank you.